What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We apologize for no episodes in the past few weeks.
We've been both a little busy, but we are back now. And Sam, why don't you get started with the Thursday night game tonight?
Oh, another bad Thursday night game. The two
At
and
least
four
it's
New
not the
Orleans.
Broncos.
At least it's not Colts Broncos. You're right. The 2-4 New Orleans Saints and the 2-4 Arizona Cardinals. I was a lot higher on the Cardinals than most, and they are making me regret that choice. I'm still taking the Cardinals to win this game. I'm taking them 24-22.
With the similar result, I was actually pretty low on the Cardinals this year, and they've been just about how I expected them to be. I think they squeak out a win tonight, but if the Saints were fully healthy, I think the Saints would win this game by like a touchdown. But I'm taking the Cardinals 21-20.
All right, moving on to the 1 p.m. games. On Sunday, we're going to start in Dallas for.
We'll start with Dallas and Detroit. Yeah,
I'm taking Detroit in my upset of the week. 28-21. I
this
think
could
Goff's had a good day.
this could save Dan Campbell's job ultimately.
Yes.
Um,
starting 1-5 would not look good for him.
I think he is going to start 1-5 though, and there are going to be talks about him being on the hot seat at least. I think they lose 23-10. I just think Dak will do just enough, and I just think that Cowboys defense is going to be too much for Goff and that offense to handle.
FedEx Field to Green Bay and Washington.
This is going to be an ugly game for Washington. Taylor Heinicke, we saw last year, he's just simply not a good quarterback. And although Wentz has been pretty bad so far, Heineke's even worse, and I think it'll show on Sunday. I'm taking Green Bay. I think Rodgers has a pretty solid game. I think Aaron Jones does a good bit too. Taking Green Bay 31-12.
I'm taking Green Bay 24-16. I think Heineke does just enough to keep it close.
All right, moving right along. We'll go to the AFC side now. We'll go to the Colts and Titans.
I'm taking the Colts to win 24-23.
I'm taking the Colts to win 20-16. The Colts have been playing a lot better as of late. They've won 3 of their past 4, I think, and I think Matt Ryan.
Historically, under Frank Wright, the defenses get better as the year goes on.
We saw last year. We saw 2018. Yeah. And I think the Colts defense has 2 picks off Tannehill on Sunday. I think they squeak one out 20-16.
To New York and Jacksonville.
I will listen. I wouldn't be shocked if we see a Trevor Lawrence masterclass this week, but last few weeks he's kind of tapered off from the first few weeks, and I think that continues this week as the Giants improve to 6-1. Yes, you read that right. 6-1, the 23-16 win in Duval County.
I'm taking the Giants 24-10. I think the Giants either win by multiple scores or they lose by one score. No in between. This would be if the Giants win this game, it would be their first ever win in Jacksonville.
How many times have they played at TIAA Bank?
All times.
I remember
But
2014. That's all.
Hmm?
I remember 2014 where they lost it.
Do
Like
not remind me of that game. I do not
that.
like talking about that.
All right. Let's go to Browns Ravens now. What do you got here?
I'm taking the Ravens 27-24. I think the Browns keep it close and keep it high scoring games like it was against the Chargers and like it was against the Jets.
Do you think the Ravens almost blow it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Ravens.
I think the Ravens will get out to a comfortable lead early, but do Baltimore Ravens things and let the Browns kind of in the game. But I think the Browns are bad enough to the point where I think the Ravens can win by even more than touchdown. 24-13 Ravens, but it'll be an unimpressive win.
Falcons Bengals.
Joe Burrow looked phenomenal last week. Yes, the Saints secondary was a bit depleted, but at the same time, he looked like his 2021 self, and the connection with Jamar Chase is just getting going again. I think they win big this week, 34-23.
I'm going 24-14. The Falcons defense just looked really good last week. And I think part of that continues.
Yeah, but the offense just won't do enough.
Whereas they did play Jimmy Garoppolo, so
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the 4 o'clock games. We'll start with the Bucks and Panthers.
we have one more 1 o'clock game. We got Tampa, Carolina.
Oh yeah, I thought that was a 4 for some reason. All right, what do you got in this one?
Hmm?
What do you got in this one? Who do you have here? All right.
All right, I'm taking the Bucks in this one, 20-10.
Basically the same. I'm taking them 19-10. I just think the Panthers are kind of dead at this point. The tank for Stroud, the tank for Young is gonna be on sooner than later. So there's not much to say other than the Panthers are just terrible. All right. Moving on to our first 4 o'clock game. For this one, let's go to LA. Who do you have in Seattle and the Chargers?
I have the Chargers winning it in a close one, 28-24.
I think this is the game where all the NFL sees that Geno Smith is legitimate and he is here to stay. I think it throws 4 touchdown passes in a convincing 35-20 win of the Chargers. And I think heads start to roll in LA. And I think Brandon Staley's job security is something you got to question if this happens.
Moving on to Vegas to the Texans and Raiders.
The Texans are a gritty team, but they're not a good team. There's a difference there. I like what Lovie Smith is doing, but I think it's a good week for Derek Carr and Devontae Adams to hook up a couple times for a touchdown. And I think the Raiders defense, especially that front core with Max Crosby, Chandler Jones, and all of them, I think they're gonna wreak havoc on that Texans all line. 27-12 Vegas.
Yeah, I have the Raiders winning 34-24. The Raiders come hot off the bye and they get a key win that they need desperately.
All right, moving on to the New York Jets and the Broncos. What do you have here?
I have the Jets winning 20-17.
How do you think Zach Wilson plays with a depleted receiver core now? How do you think Zach Wilson plays?
Decently.
Enough, better than last week.
Better than last week.
That's all I hope for. If you haven't seen already, Elijah Moore just requested a trade because he's frustrated with his role, which, he's just a weirdo at this point. Like we're 4-2, and he's like the second most targets on the team. Like I don't get it. Anyways, that's besides the point.
There's more targets than him.
I think Garrett Wilson, or yeah, he might have third most, but like he's just being a bitch. I think the Jets win 28-14. I think we see Sauce Gardner have a pick 6 off Russell Wilson, and I think Breece Hall and Michael Carter fuel the Jets ground game and as they win by 2 scores.
Chiefs and 49ers. This is the game of the week, in my opinion.
Same. I think the Chiefs win this one 27-19. I think the Niners keep it close, but I don't trust Jimmy Garoppolo, and I haven't liked what I've seen from Shanahan the last couple of weeks. I'm taking the Chiefs in a close one.
I have the Chiefs winning this 28-20. I think both quarterbacks play solidly, but the Chiefs do enough at the end to win the game.
All right, Sunday Night Football, Miami and Pittsburgh. What do you got?
26-20 Miami.
Really? Yeah. Oh wow, that's right. Like I think 26-20 Miami. What are your expectations from Tua on Sunday?
Decent game.
I
don't expect him to play like he did against Baltimore. I expect him to play a efficient game.
Yeah. I think he'll play a solid game too. I think he'll do enough, and I think that defense will force a couple turnovers off of Kenny Pickett.
Monday Night Football, probably the garbage fest of the week. Let's
Well,
take the Patriots. Patriots 24-18.
I'm taking the Pats 22-21. This is going to be an ugly, ugly game. If I was the Patriots, I'd honestly stick with Bailey Zappi at quarterback.
Patriots would be 4-3 with a win, but they wouldn't exactly be a healthy 4-3.
Yeah, they still wouldn't feel like an actual good team. But I'm taking the Pats to win anyway, 22-21. Oh, also, one thing I wanted to point out, yet again, is that if if the Cardinals lose tonight, I wouldn't be shocked to see Cliff Kingsbury fired. Because like that might be a hot take of mine, but I think that front office is starting to get impatient, and I think it will show if they lose tonight, maybe next week.
Honestly, I think the GM should go right with him.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's made one good move, the Hopkins trade, and it's like and the Kyler pick, but that's
He's
about
been
it.
their GM since like 2013.
Yeah, he's gone through Rosen, he's gone through Palmer.
He was the one who brought in Palmer.
Yeah. All right, and that will do it for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed it and enjoy this week of football. All right.